We are, we are back again. The schedule drop is in full effect, and tonight we're gonna dive into the schedule drop, dive into some matchups that you know we're kind of giddy about, but lock in with us. We're gonna lock in tonight for sure. Jet schedule drop, Jet Set podcast.
Ready. Jet set.
set.
Go.
Go, 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 go. No to the mall.
Wow, going down the right side at the goal line, leaving a tap. Oh, it's free call. Oh, that's a Jet
Never too
touchdown.
knows. Pack my bags and go, 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 go. Serve me a brick at the stove. Looking like a track in the post. Go, 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 go. From the hills to the moon. Yeah, baby, yeah, we go like don't go. Yeah, in this world, everything's so more. Yeah, behind this wall, there is no photos. Jump on this bitch, oh go, yeah. Across my neck, yeah, go go. Watch how you go, hey, yeah. Ocho, I need some more, hey, yeah. Pronto, jumped out the coupe with the
Away by Sauce Gardner.
smoking cookie in Atlanta, everyone you a recreation. You already know we made it. We ain't even gotta say shit. Some of the trap with licks, some of the trap with bacon. Junior say I'll bring the pay out, bring the payout.
What's up? What's up? What's up? We are live, the Jet Set podcast in full effect on the Jet schedule drop or NFL League schedule drop date. Highly anticipated day, for fans. We already knew the opponents, but now we have it all in writing when people are playing who. And we've got some good matchups. Not as many primetime games as we had last year, but honestly, I'm okay with it. Right. So, Alan, how you feeling coming into schedule drop week? What's the vibes?
Yeah, man. I'm feeling good. I honestly I can't really complain. And we'll get into the whole schedule stuff, but just given our component, I think it could be worse overall. Like it could definitely be worse. I don't feel discomforted by this team comparative to our schedule. So I think there's a lot of 50. I call it 50-50 because there's how good a team was last year, and then there's how good they will be this year. That stuff changes year to year. I do feel good about our coach. I feel good about the young talent we have. We got a new punter coming in, so we could talk about that too.
New punter. New punter alert.
I think we're going to end up with a new kicker too after the June 1st cut.
I hope so.
So I think there's a lot to be excited for, as always.
Yeah, definitely a lot to be excited for. And the schedule drop. Like I said, it's not a lot of primetime games. We're back to the 1 o'clock. Jets.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. Because honestly, personally, staying up at a bar till about midnight, 1 a.m. after a loss, that hits much worse than a 1 o'clock loss. Got the whole day.
You can digest it. Like by the time the prime time game at 8 hits, you've already accepted what happened.
You've accepted it. Exactly. So it's all good over here. Last year, I was very adamant on how many primetime games we had because I'm like, just give us some regular 1 o'clock games. Let us fly under the radar. So apparently the league heard us and granted our wishes, which I'm totally fine with. All right. So make sure y'all like the channel, subscribe to the video, like the video as well. The scheduling. As we can see, Britt, the scheduling did get a little petty. It did get a little petty. You know what I'm saying? So You want to start off with that? Start off with how you think you got paid?
Go straight into it.
Yeah.
You have it?
Let me see. Hold on.
Because I can't pull anything up.
Okay, yeah. Let me see.
But yeah, while you do that,
yeah,
and I do feel good about this year. I don't know why I feel weirdly optimistic. And it's crazy. Granted, I will say for the past 10 years, I feel like I've been on par prior to the season on like where we were at. Like when we were bad, I have accepted that we were bad. The only time that it caught me off guard was last year. Last year just threw me for a loop. I would have never thought we were that bad.
Yeah, yeah. And especially with all the expectation, that was hard. That was hard.
But I honestly did know there was a chance. And that's because Rodgers was coming off the injury. But I just we lost a lot of games I wouldn't have expected us to lose. But I do just credit that to just do his bad roster management at the end of the day. And then obviously firing your coach mid-season was dumb.
Very, very, very dumb. At week 5 at that, it's I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough when you have those expectations, and then we're losing in the fashion as far as just like last minute drives, and we have one of the GOATs in our team, and he's letting us down like that. So yeah, no, it's definitely hard to fathom with that. But let me get this graphic up for our schedule.
Yeah, and I can't emphasize how important it is to just have a new coach in general. Like, and have a coach that is going to be there the whole year. It's always interesting, especially in the first year, because, and I think I said this before, but it just other teams don't know how to prepare for us. Let alone, you don't know what type of scheme Glenn's bringing, but you don't really know what type of no one knows what type of offense we're running.
Yeah,
there's a lot of assumptions being made. We could go more Detroit Lions-esque offense, but our offensive coordinator called plays before. Maybe he goes back to his roots. There's a lot of different ways. I think it's definitely going to be very interesting to see how it all shapes up, and just to see the identity of this team.
The identity is key, because we don't know what is going to look like. Even with Aaron Rodgers, we kind of knew, what we had an idea, I guess, of what it was going to look like coming in. But yeah, so boom, here we go. Cool. This is our 2025-2026 New York Jets schedule.
Fire graphic, by the way.
Thank you. I wanted to get a little, because you see the social media teams kind of doing their thing with the schedule release and how they get creative with it. And I was just so happy to be watching Dragon Ball Z the other day. I was like, what? I can do something with this. So yeah. Let's get into it. I believe too, Johnny. I believe too. A lot of fans are saying we're gonna start on 5, but I think that's a little blasphemous, in my opinion.
0-5 is crazy.
0-5 is crazy with a quarterback and a scheme that nobody's seen before. 0-5 is a little. And granted, whenever we have a new coach, right, it's hard for teams to prepare for us. I feel like that first year with Saleh, how did we start off with him? Do you remember?
With who?
With Robert Saleh. How did we start that off with him?
It was rough. It was rough. First year, what was it? 5 wins.
Yeah, for the first year with Saleh, it was.
I want to say it was 5 wins, because that was Zach's rookie year.
Was that when we started off kind of okay, or was it
a? No. You're thinking the Sauce
right.
Year.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's.
Granted, remember, when we first had Saleh, we were just coming off what most people believe was the absolute worst roster in football. So it was just a pitiable. It was 4 wins, but that roster was absolute just dog like just terrible. So like 4 wins is actually pretty decent given the fact that like we just won 2 wins the year before, and like literally most of the players we had were just from other teams' roster, like literally pickups from like we had just got John Franklin Myers, we just got Bryce Huff, like, and they hadn't been coached yet, so it was very early. We have guys now, like we have Garrett, we have Quinnen, have Sauce. And then, the names go down. Brees, Justin Fields is a veteran. He's not a rookie quarterback.
He's not. He's not a rook.
You got Alan Lazard, Josh Reynolds. Whether you feel like they're great, like they're solid dudes in the room. You have a really good offensive line. Like just compare the 2 rosters from that point to this point. To me, it's day and night. I know some people don't feel the same way, but it's day and night to me. It's a considerably better roster. Like last year, I still credit the losses to just like instability. Once you lose your coach, it does play a factor in like being able to get ready for the week, and it's obviously the optimism going into that week. I think in combination of a new coach, as well as already having the talent there, I think that already, in my opinion, sets the floor at like where we were last year, which was that 5 wins. I would personally guarantee 6 wins. Like I think that would be the like very, 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 very minimum bar.
A lot of people saying, like that 0-5 is a little crazy, right? But like you said, new scheme, new team, right? And I guess to start things off, they didn't waste any time with the storylines and headlines. Week 1. Jets Steelers week 1.
Yeah.
Adrian, shout out Adrian in the chat. Shout out Adrian and Warren in the chat. Britt, E, Johnny. Adrian is a Falcons fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Week 13. He's by then we'll probably be in a smooth groove. So
shout out ATL though.
Yeah, and we're gonna be in MetLife with it. I don't know, but yeah, no. Week 1. They're starting us off with the Steelers week 1. No time to even, get things flowing right out the gate. Storyline, headlines. Justin Fields versus Aaron Rodgers, Mason Rudolph.
Actually, yeah. Honestly, I do think we get that win. In my opinion, I think I cannot see like Justin Fields not doing everything he can to make sure he at least gets that win out the way.
Yes.
Especially because I will say weeks 2 to 4, rough. It's very rough for weeks 2 to 4. Bills are a great team.
Yeah.
It's not that the Bucks and Dolphins are just these absolutely amazing teams, but being in Florida, and I told you this before, being in Florida in September where it's just hot. It can be a lot. Granted, it's not like week 1 or 2, but back-to-back weeks, that's a little rough.
Back-to-back in Florida is crazy.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that week 4 is what, Thursday night?
No, that's Monday night.
Oh, it's Monday night. Okay, cool. Oh, you know what? That actually makes it a little bit better.
Yeah. Makes it. It's a night game in Florida, so and it looks like that week it might be a doubleheader since we start at 7:15, I guess. So, it's gonna be, but I'm cool with it because out of those first 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 weeks, 4 home games. Well, 7 weeks, 4 home games. 5 home games out of the first 7 weeks. That's a good way to get a team going.
Yeah,
that's a good way to get a new team going. Aaron Glenn back in MetLife.
Yep.
I think that's an underrated factor to the start of our schedule as well. 5 home games in the first 7. I'll take that. Especially for a new team, like that's fine with me. But I mean, the London game is technically our home game.
Yeah, that one.
They did that, but I had them made that a home game for us when everybody's away. But Shout out to the UK London Jet fans.
I'm not excited for that game. I hate these international games personally. I get it. They want to make more money, but I hate it. I hate the concept of it. I hate all of it. Like, I just wish they did international games for preseason or something.
Yeah. For preseason, because
they don't really care. Half the times you watch them, they're wearing like every jersey in the summer.
yeah. UK like the UK games, it would be the Jets versus Broncos, and we see a group of people with Packers, Bengals, and Falcons.
They're just happy to watch a game.
They're just happy to have American football in the stadium. Right?
Yeah, they don't care.
But Jets fans are deep though in the UK apparently.
Yeah. Well, I know Woody wants to build such a big following over there.
Yeah. So, and whenever we do have one of these international games, it's always in London. And I think the reason for that is because of the big Jets following there. So yeah, that's that. Do you want to do, or dare I say, do you want to do predictions?
Yeah, let's do predictions.
All right.
And we got it up. Might as well. We got everybody here.
Shout out
Infrared. Shout out Adrian. Shout out Warren.
Yeah, shout out everybody.
Shout out everyone else watching that you didn't comment, so I can't really give you a shot.
shout out everybody in the chat. Man, Nick on Instagram said 0-18.
0-18. Like, come on.
Nick on Instagram said 0-18, but Nick is a pessimist, so that's
even if you really thought like you got no hope, we could at least beat the Saints.
Yeah, come on now.
Matter of fact, again, we literally were trying to get Trevor Lawrence, and we still won 2 games. Like, we were trying to lose. Like, genuinely, like the coaches were doing everything they could to lose, and we won 2 games. It's very hard to go 0-17.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, and yeah. So I'm looking at this schedule. I'm looking at it row by row, right? And 3 wins in each of these rows gives us 9 wins on the season.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm looking at it. 3 wins in each of these rows will give us a 9-8 record. Now, which 3 wins in each row? That's where it gets tricky. But I feel like we can make it happen.
Do you think 9-8 gets us to the playoffs though?
Nah, that's when like, I guess when you put it like that, it depends on if the Bills are a part of those 9 wins or not.
Really? I was gonna say, I thought it was gonna be more like it depends on if like the wild card teams are on 9 win, like the Steelers, the Broncos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be, and again, so like that's why I said like the matchups. Like if we beat the Broncos, right? If we can beat the Bengals, if we can beat the Jags, I guess, and like if we can sweep one of our division rivals, then we're looking at a chance. But it's got to be calculated wins at this point.
Matter of fact, all right. I'm gonna just throw out my prediction. Right, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a whole storyline. Week 1, home game versus Steelers. Aaron Rodgers comes back. He comes back. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna prove that the Jets need me," and et cetera. We win by a very close margin, just because the Jets, they had so much to prove. Glenn had to prove that getting away from Rodgers was the right decision.
Yeah.
And Fields had to prove that getting away from Steelers was the right decision.
Bro, I forgot the whole Aaron Rodgers and Glenn.
Yeah, I think there's too much to prove there.
Oh my
God. Glenn's gonna put it all on the line. The cost of that, though, is because he put it all on the line. The Bills going to watch that game. We get smoked by the Bills week 2. Right? We're going to try to come back. I say we're gonna lose to the Bucks week 3. Right? Todd Bowles, solid coach. I think Bucks are one of those teams. I like that one could really go either way. They can either be really good this year, or let me just say they can be good this year. Playoff team. They're in a bad division.
Mm-hmm.
Or they can honestly things can really go south because Godwin's coming off that injury. I don't even know. I don't know when he's expected to be ready by, but Godwin's coming off that injury.
I'm glad we played them early because
Mike Evans is what 31 now.
Yeah.
So he's gonna regress at some point.
Sauce garner a lot now.
Yeah, but nonetheless, I think Mike Evans is gonna start regressing.
Yeah.
They did just get what's it called? They just got a wide receiver.
Amika.
Yeah, they got Ibuka, and then they have what's called? They had I forgot what's his name.
Bucky.
They had a receiver. So with Baker, I think they'll hover around that average-ish, but it's going to be somewhere between below average to above average. I can't tell yet until I see how that all comes together on the offense.
Yeah.
But right now, I do think they're going to be below average, but I do think they get that win. I do think.
You think the Bucks get the win?
Yeah, I think we start off 1-2. Young team, they're more mature and together. I think they get the nod on that one.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Just because cohesivity, they've been there for a little bit. But I do think we come back and we beat the Dolphins week 4. So I'm gonna go 2-2. Night game, especially not as hot. In Miami, I think the hard part is that one's in Miami. But I think we get that dub, especially because I don't really think highly of the Dolphins right now. Tyreek's on the downswing. Tua with his injuries. Ramsey once out. I don't even know if he's going to be there by that point.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not.
That'll be clutch. But they drafted Will Johnson, which I'm not sure when he's going to be completely healthy. But
yeah, and that's another one. I don't know either. I think there's too many questions there. I'm gonna take the dub. So 2-2.
I like that. We
got Cowboys. That's a hard one. Regular season champs. I don't really like the coach, but they got George Pickens now. I don't know what Dak's recovery time is. Is he gonna be healthy by that point?
He should be.
Yeah. I'll give it to them. Again, I'll give the nub early on for teams that are more established. Like Dak's been around for a while. He's typically pretty good in the regular season when they have it together. So I'll give it to them. So and we're the Jets, so 2-3. I'll give it to them.
Yeah.
Go out to London against the Broncos. I'm very happy that we don't play them in Denver. Denver at this point, but I think we get that done. I'm gonna go. What is that? 3-3. All right, so we officially got the first row. 3-3.
3-3 in the first row. Okay, so that's your 3 from the first row.
Yeah, that's my 3. Then we hit the Panthers. We're on a high, coming back. You might get some jet lag. I don't think we blow them out, but I do think it's a close win. Yeah. Although I do think the Panthers are better than they probably are going to get credit for going into the season.
Yeah.
But I also don't think they're going to be there, all the way there. Let me say.
Yeah, they're going to have to do a lot to get back to that spark they had at the end of the last season. So
yeah,
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Sometimes also I can't really tell how much of that spark is did they have that spark because they had nothing to lose? Players always play better when there's nothing to lose. We saw that with Zach Wilson at the end of seasons, especially his rookie year. Remember, we all had that optimism, he turned it around after whatever. It happens. When you have nothing to lose, you play a little bit better. How will they respond this year? I don't know. They did just get a wide receiver in the first round. They have a decent offensive line. Again, can go either way. But for now, I'm going to give us the win. Mostly because I know we're going to – I don't say I know, but I don't have trust that we're going to beat the Bengals. As long as they have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins, that's a hard thing to beat.
On the road, too?
Yeah, so – but I think that's fair. 4-4 going into a bye. I feel good. I feel good about that.
Yeah, that would exceed plenty people's expectations.
Yeah, I'd be very happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Browns. I think we get that dub. I think we come out that bye. I think that's that's going to separate us from Salah's team to this team. Is I think we're going to come out strong out of the bye. I don't think we're going to come out as weak as we have in the past.
And week 10, Shador might be starting by then.
I don't really care. Shador, Dylan, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, they can all get this work. I'm gonna go Jets. You know,
Yeah.
but actually, matter of fact, I'm gonna go double. I'm gonna go Browns, Pats. We go 6-2. Fan base is feeling really good, feeling great at this point. You know, sorry, I said 6-2, 6-4. I'm bugging. 6-4 going into week 12. We got the Ravens. I think everyone's gonna count us out going into that game.
Yeah.
But I actually do think we give them a run for their money. I still think we lose though. And actually, contrary to what most would believe, I think we also lose to the Falcons.
You said we think we lose to the Falcons.
Yeah, I think we lose to the Falcons
in MetLife.
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go through with mine too, but yeah, no. I mean,
Falcons again, hit or miss team. I'm gonna give them the hit right now. I'm gonna give them the hit. I don't think they're going to be like insanely good, but I think they're gonna be better. I think they're gonna be solid this year. Honestly, I say like, especially bad division. I think they're probably the best in their division right now. I'll give them the 10 wins.
Okay. Yeah,
and I think we're one of their losses.
Them dirty birds getting smacked in MetLife. That's all I know.
I don't know about that, but you know, honestly, at that point, what is that? What am I at? 6-6.
6-6. Okay.
Yeah.
So now this is the final stretch, and we're at this point 6-6. We are our only competition at this point.
We are. Well, no, we got to play the teams. We still got to win the games.
You know what I'm saying? Like we are.
But,
like, it's really on us because we proved we can win 6, lose 6. Now the last stretch is really what type of team we are. This is where we see. Right?
Yeah, I feel like that's exactly the talk that we have right when we lose to the Dolphins. Right. They beat us. We beat them the first time. I come back a little stronger this time.
Did you have us as a win week 11?
Week 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, against the Pats?
Yeah. Thursday night. Yeah, we some Thursday night warriors. I don't know what the chat's talking about.
Yeah, no, I give us
Thursday night. We don't lose on Thursday night, bro. I don't know what it is about Thursday night. We don't lose Thursday.
But I do say we will be 6-7 week 14. And matter of fact, okay. I know you're gonna hate me, but I say 6-8 week 15.
6-8.
I say we lose to the Jags.
Okay.
Right? Fan base is feeling down. You know, now we're like, I don't really know how to feel about this. Mm-hmm. New team. Jags got Travis Hunter. I feel like between him and Brian Thomas, I feel like they go.
Cisco, no revenge game for Cisco. No. Your boy. I mean, you can talk that up as an L.
Can he have a revenge game? Sure, but like, is he guarding Travis and Brian? Like, I think there's too much going on.
Yeah.
Granted, injuries could always change things, but as of right now, I'm counting it as a loss. I think the Jaguars are going to come back a little stronger this year after how things ended last year. I don't know if they're going to be good or great, but I just think they get that dub because they're also competing for the playoffs at that point. So yeah, 6-8. I think we followed up with 2 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Saints, Pats. I think Glenn's like, look, we got to at least get the easy ones. So I think he makes sure we beat the Saints, Pats. So we're 8-8 going into week 18. That one, coin flip.
See, I like the way you constructed the season here.
Yeah.
Because if we're 8-8, they were probably playing for a playoff spot. If somebody loses and we win, and it's
and that's where I think we'll be. I think we'll be 8-8. You know, it's like if X, Y, and Z and WY, whatever.
Yeah.
whatever happens, and after we beat the Bills, we make the playoffs. And that one, I chop it up to, it really just depends on how well the Bills season went.
Yeah.
Because, if they, I mean, I would expect them to be at a point where, like, by that point, probably not even playing the starters. So it should be an easy dub. But maybe they have a down year. I don't know. So that's why I say coin flip. It depends on what type of Bills you get. But I would tend to go Jets. But as of right now, assuming they are playing the starters, I say finish 8-9. But I think 8-9 is a solid season. 8-9 for a brand new head coach. Everyone's doubting us. I feel good about it.
Yeah, that's solid. 8-9. That's solid. I want to be, I guess optimistic. 8-9 is, on the border of optimistic.
It's improvement. Like
that's respectable though. It's respectable first time head coach. I don't think Salah ever won 8 games, did he?
He didn't. The most he's ever won was 7. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's about, especially like we just won 5 games with Aaron Rodgers. I think if we win 8 games with Fields, I feel good about it.
Yeah.
I feel good about going into the next season with Fields again and then continuing to build around him to actually make this a playoff team the next year.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you on that.
Hey, I'm still mad about Salah. That's funny.
Yeah, man. We're all still mad about Salah. That's cool though.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, but
what are we talking about? We dodged the Seahawks.
The Seahawks dodged us. That was supposed to be a win. We done took one back to the crib on a kick return. What?
Yeah.
Lee don't do that no more, man. Ain't no more Devin Hesters out here. We got one though. It's cool. People forget about Kene and Nwanwu.
Sammy D.
They forget about him, but all right. So just to before I make my predictions here, I just want to say probably gonna go 4-13. But here we go with my predictions. That's just my basis for the reverse psychology I got going. I'm gonna say 4-13. Whenever somebody asks me, where you think just going? We're going 4-13, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
But if you're watching this, you're gonna see my real prediction. But week 1, that's a dub. That's an easy dub. All right. Justin Fields gonna run for 50+ yard touchdown. He going crazy week 1. That's a dub. All right. All Steelers fans. Oh, Justin, we miss you. We're so sorry. Yeah. He gonna show y'all week 1 what y'all done missed out on. The whole Rodgers and Aaron Glenn and all that, them bickering and stuff behind closed doors in the final meeting room and all that stuff, put to rest. And y'all better hope y'all have Aaron Rodgers, because if y'all don't, it's gonna get ugly. That's it. Aaron Rodgers is gonna make that game watchable. All right. That's just my opinion. They ain't got no George Pickens. Sauce Gardner versus DK Metcalf historically shuts him down. I don't know who their running back is going to be. I doubt that the rookie running back that they drafted is going to get into his groove week 1. He will be a dog, though. The dude from Iowa, he will be good, but not week 1. So that's a dub. And look who just entered the chat. look who just entered the chat.
Yeah. You know what it was? He heard you say Steelers.
It was his Steelers census.
Yeah.
All right. So let me reiterate, since he is here.
Since we got the Steelers fan here.
Week 1, that's a dub. That's a dub. Justin Fields is going crazy. He knows it. Steelers fans know it. The only way the Jets are losing this game is if we beat ourselves. And I don't think it's going to happen. I think MetLife is going to bring that energy week 1. And the team's going to feed off of that. And that might just set the precedent for us to go on a run early on. With that being said, week 2, that's an L for sure. That is an L. The Bills, it's not gonna be that, we're not gonna start off 5-0 here, right? We're not them guys yet. All right, so week 2, that is an L. All right, that's
17-0.
week 2, that's an L for sure.
Yeah,
that's just the Bills.
Hard one, especially they're so established. They got Josh Allen.
They got Josh Allen. They got James Cook. They got Elijah Moore now.
Although James, I don't know what's gonna happen with James Cook because
they're gonna pay him. They're gonna pay him.
I don't know.
They're gonna pay him for sure. But yeah, that's an L week 2. Week 3, it's tough to call.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, week 3 is tough to call. But I'm gonna go with you. That's an L. That's an L too. On the road, 1 o'clock, hot. Sauce might shut down Mike Evans. Now, if Chris Godwin doesn't play, we might have a chance.
I think we have a chance regardless.
Yeah.
I think we have a chance regardless. I just, I could see the loss though, but I don't think like we get blown out in any game on our schedule. Maybe the Bills.
I don't think so either. But I'll say L week 3. So we're 1-2 going into Monday night against the Dolphins. I'm gonna say that's a dub too. I'm gonna say that's a dub. That'll be a dub. Who did you have winning week 5? Do you put that as an L or?
I put it as L.
As an L, okay. I'm gonna say that's a dub for us against the Cowboys. I don't know what it is, but I feel comfortable playing the Cowboys in MetLife. Last time we did, I think Sam Darnold was fresh off of mono, do like a 90-yard pass to Robbie Anderson. So
yeah, I remember that one. I feel like we always like that's twice, because it was the 90-yard pass to Robbie Anderson, and then Zach. I believe it was Zach that had that. What was it, like a 70-yard touchdown to Garrett?
Yeah, that was in Dallas. That was in Dallas.
Yeah, but that was in Dallas. But those were the last 2 times I remember playing Dallas.
Yeah. And then when Dallas was in MetLife, back when we had Revis, and it was like that Revis Dez Bryant, we got that dub too. So Dallas playing the Cowboys in MetLife, I believe. So that'll be a W for us. We're gonna go to London and lose like we always do. The last 2-3 years we've been in London, we lose. I wake up early for that 9:30 game every time, and we take an L. And I go back to sleep for 30 minutes before the rest of the games come on. That's an L. Broncos are good, but I'm calling that an L. Hold on, let me see. Johnny had a question for us. So in my first row, I got WLL, WWL. So 3-3.
3-3.
Yeah, 3-3.
That's funny. I'm sorry. I just saw Willie's comment.
Yeah. All right. So, question for us: what's your reasoning for the narrative that this team is going to be a run-heavy offense? I feel like we truly have no idea what this offense can be. The reasoning, in my opinion, is Justin Fields.
I never go 100% say we had to run heavy offense.
Well, he was talking about the narrative that the team is going forward is going to be a run heavy offense. And like my reasoning is Justin Fields. Like my reasoning is because we never had a quarterback this mobile, so why not take advantage? Why not explore that factor, that X factor? And then you pair him up with 2 great running backs back there. Braylon Allen, he's not going to get less touches than he got last year, in my opinion. I think he's going to get an uptick. I think Breece Hall is going to be utilized a little bit more. And you pair that up with a running quarterback, that's just a recipe for a running offense. But I don't think that we have no idea what the offense can be. I think we have an idea. Like the offense can be ground and pound. We saw it in 2009, 2010. I feel like the offense can look like that when we had LT, Sean Green, Thomas Jones, and those, okay wide
We didn't go
receivers.
that far back. We had Chris Ivory and Bilal Powell. I remember that.
Yeah. Chris Ivory, Bilal Powell, Crowell. Like those were kind of run heavy offenses. So that's my reasoning for the narrative. How do you feel about that, Alan?
I mean, the narrative is fair. I mean, we just drafted an offensive tackle. We have we have basically our whole line is set,
Mm-hmm.
and then like you said, we have a running quarterback. We have we got a big running back room. I know you mentioned Brees and Braylon, but we also have Isaiah Davis, who we drafted last year, Donovan Edwards, who we just got as an undrafted free agent, who reportedly has done really well in rookie minicamp so far. Yeah, I mean, and then on top of that, your coach comes from Detroit, who had a run-heavy offense.
Mm-hmm.
I think all the signs point to that. It's a fair assumption. Does that mean that's what it's going to be? Not necessarily. I'm sure there's going to be some form of balance. Like you still have Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard. I mean, they just got Smith out of the draft. I do think they're going to utilize their pass catchers, but it's all about figuring out exactly how that mesh is going to come. But I do think they're going to pass more than they're getting credit for, at least.
Yeah.
But I do think it starts with having a solid run game.
Exactly. That anything passing, I feel like is going to be off of play action. Like our passing game is going to be based off our play action. Our play action effectiveness is going to be based off of how well we can run the ball. So it starts with the run game. So that's how I feel about that. But back to I guess my schedule prediction.
Ninja, your team win two games.
You said what?
Yeah, Ninja was saying that Jets win one game in each row. The Steelers win maybe 2 games.
Okay, yeah. See, he's just
maybe 2 games.
Trust me. He was a silent mouse of the whole first half of this game last year until Aaron Rodgers decided to sell the game. Now
we don't even know. We're in what is it?
He's going to be a quarterback,
and we still don't even have a guarantee that Rodgers is going to be the Steelers quarterback.
Honestly, it's crazy because I made graphics with Aaron Rodgers as like the poster player on like a Steelers Jets graphic.
Yeah,
that's just how confident I am in that. But they better hope he's their quarterback because go ahead, throw Will Howard out there if y'all want to first game.
Yeah.
Go ahead, try it.
Yeah, that'd be.
Go ahead, try it. But yeah, so on the first row I have WLL WWL. So that's 3 and 3. That's W Steelers, L Bills, L Bucks, W Dolphins, W Cowboys, L in London. Second row, so we had 3 and 3. Second row, by this point in the season, Panthers magic from the end of last season kind of runs out, right? And I like our chances in MetLife versus mid to easy teams, right? So that's why I had an L or a W week 1, by the way. But week 7, that's going to be a W versus the Panthers. I think that'll be a higher scoring game than what people expect, but I think that'll be a W for sure. Week 8 on the road in Cincinnati, that is an L. That's an L. That's an L for sure. All right. We'll find a way to lose the bye somehow, some way. But week 10, that'll be at home, MetLife. Off the bye, I'm gonna say we're gonna come out a little lackadaisical. All right.
Oof.
I'm gonna say we're gonna come out lackadaisical. I'm gonna say that's gonna be an L because by week 10, Shador might be starting that game. And I'm not sure when the Browns game or Browns bye is. I'm not sure when the Browns bye is. But Shador might, by week 10, especially if they ain't got nothing to play for by then, Shador might be starting. He might, I don't know. It won't be Flacco by week 10, I'll tell you that. It won't be Flacco by week 10. But I'm going to say L. I'm going to say Bengals L by Browns L.
I'm more worried about Dylan Gabriel, to be honest.
I mean, look, whoever it is at that point, I think it's gonna be L. I think it'll be Shador at that point, but I'll take that L week 10. Now week 11, Thursday night football versus the Pats in New England. In New England too. I don't know. That's a W. You know what I'm saying? What y'all talking about? That's a dub. That is a dub.
I think Glenn has to do one for what the Pats did on the interviews.
That's a dub. All right.
Gotta get back.
This is a personal vendetta.
Yeah.
Our head coach never liked the Patriots. And this is prime time Thursday night. I'm telling y'all, the Jets on Thursday night. I don't know what it is about Thursday night games and this team, but that is our favorite prime time slot. And they gave us the Patriots again. Last year on Thursday night, we saw what happened. That was a pass of sticks on Madden dub. Repeated that week 11 for sure. Drake May in the blender. Stephon Diggs. Hope you got Cardi B there, buddy, because she gonna witness this L.
Cardi B. We don't know if Cardi B is gonna be a Pats fan. She's from New York.
I mean, she's gonna be a Pats fan because she with Diggs.
But what did she grow up be? Oh, I don't even know if she watched football.
Yeah. She didn't even watch. She probably, she probably don't even watch none. She probably don't even watch none. You probably don't even watch none. Her and Robert Kraft gonna have a good old time watching that score.
You know Robert Kraft. Honestly, if she's up there, Robert Kraft, I'm taking her New York, whatever, all of her New York away from her. She don't get to play.
You take her New York card.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah. So no, that's
Stephon Diggs, who probably is going to be ass next year. Absolutely. Don't you support that?
Yeah. Stephon Diggs. I mean, they paid him. They paid him well. They paid him very well. But
coming off a major
overpay.
How old?
And overpay. Definitely overpaid that man. But hey, he using that money to be courtside with Cardi B. He using that money to be courtside with Cardi B. Now I see it. It's a reason. It's a reason for everything. He got the bread so that he got the bread, got the girl. Now he gonna be chilling. Ain't gonna get locked up.
Didn't we lock him up when he was in his prime with the Bills?
Oh yeah.
That's how I remember it.
So I don't know why he chose to go to the Patriots.
I don't know why he did that. That was terrible.
The year.
He was just like, I'm just cash out at this point because he knows he's ass.
He's gonna see Sauce twice a year. He's just like, you know what? I might as well in my career just continue to get locked up by Sauce Gardner.
He just wants to cash out. He's like, look, it's the only team that's gonna pay me. I'm gonna just cash out. I don't care how bad I am.
Yeah. That's a W. All right, Thursday night in New England. Yeah, love it. Following that Thursday night game, we're gonna have a mini bye. 10 days later, we play the Ravens.
Oh,
in Baltimore, that's gonna be an L.
I'm surprised you didn't go dub.
Nah.
I feel like
that's gonna be an L. That's gonna be an L.
Roots, coming from that area.
Yeah. I mean, no. Like, it's unless Brandon Stevens, our cornerback, has a revenge game and he has 2 pick sixes and goes crazy, I think that's gonna be an L. Just because we haven't played the Ravens with Derrick Henry. I'm low-key terrified.
That was such a bad run. Like, we didn't do anything about run defense this offseason.
By that time in the season, he's gonna be in so much of a rhythm that I don't even want to think about how that game is gonna look, right?
Man, Lamar. Unless they just both get injured. That's probably our best bet.
Yeah, and I don't want to wish that on anybody. Lamarvelous. He gonna do what he does. All right. That's an L for us. So in that second row, I have 2 W's. 2 W's, 3 losses. W2 the Panthers, W2 the Patriots. So we're sitting at it was 3-3 first row, 2-3, so 5-6. 5-6 going into the last row.
Okay.
5-6 going into the last row. All right.
I don't feel bad about that.
Yeah. It's not. I don't feel bad about it either. 5-6 going to the last row. Yeah, Willie. I said 4-13. That's my basis. Whenever somebody asks me what the Jets are going, that's my reverse psychology basis. We're going 4-13, but this is the only time on this podcast right now is where anybody's gonna get my true and honest predictions. But you asked me out after this podcast, just going 4-13, bro. So look, week 13, we're not losing to no Birds twice in a row. We're not losing to Birds twice in a row, especially them dirty Birds. All right, that's a dub. In MetLife, Penix, I hope he ties that do-rag on tight because he's gonna be getting popped. He's not gonna have anybody to throw it to. Sauce Gardner is locking down Drake. Sauce Gardner is locking down London. Sisso's locking down Pitts. By week 13, we should be in a groove by then.
I can't do it. Penix is my guy. I can't do it. I can't see.
I like Penix too. I like all his color do-rags. I like all them color do-rags.
Stand behind you on this one.
Barrow need to link up or something.
Can't stand behind you on this one.
Yeah, him and Barrow need to link up or something. I like Penix and his do-rags. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like what he's doing. I like what he's bringing back to the league. It's like an NFL street vibe, but
he's like
this ain't NFL street player. You know what I'm saying? This ain't NFL street. All right, that do-rag. Like I said, make sure it's on tight. Make sure you got a good velvet one on, because we're gonna be seeing a lot of that do-rag on the sideline when you on the phone talking to upstairs, asking them, telling them what you're doing. It's gonna be bad. I feel like the only way they even have a chance in this game is if Bijan Robinson goes crazy.
It's the only way.
That's the only way. That's the only way.
I can't. I can't do that.
Justin Fields beat the Falcons last year with all field goals.
I will say that's probably my only hope there. Justin Fields is from ATL. He has this sort of thing with them. I don't know. I don't know what the thing is, but I know he has a lot of love for the city of ATL. So he likes to give him some losses, but they're going to be in MetLife. It'd be a little different for me if they were in ATL. Then I'd be more inclined to say that he ball out.
Yeah,
because I don't know if he has like friends and family over there, but in MetLife, I still stand by my loss by ATL.
Okay. Hey, you can stand by. That's cool. I stood by my loss week 10, but week 13, that's a dub. Especially, I just feel confident in Justin Fields and what he can do versus these teams already. So, I like it. I like that. So that's a dub. Week 14, Miami Dolphins. I'm gonna say L because I had us beating them Monday night. I think week 14 we're gonna take an L versus Dolphins there.
Okay.
We're gonna take an L versus Dolphins there.
Okay.
And life is gonna suck because fans are gonna be there. But I don't know that last stretch. Now, if we play the Dolphins like the last 2 weeks of the season, we always win those when there's nothing really on the line.
But you think stuff on the line, we gonna lose that one?
Yeah. So, but yeah, Dolphins L right there. Now here's where it gets a little tricky, right? Because right now I'm sitting at 6 wins. I'm sitting at 6 wins.
Sitting at 6.
So I'm sitting at 6. Falcons gave us 6.
Yep.
So we are what 6 and 7. What 6 and 7? 6 and 7. We're at 6 and 7. All right, Jags. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence makes it to week 15, bro.
Ooh, now that's a take.
I don't know if Trevor Lawrence even makes it to week 15. He's starting to become one of them injury-prone quarterbacks. Now, if we put the Jaguars early, okay. If we put the Jaguars before the bye, all right. But what up, Bomber?
And quick commercial break.
Yeah.
Brittany, don't be concerned. Ninja is actually a Jets fan. He's just hiding behind this whole Steelers stuff. And Infrared, he's just a Jet fan that just sad. It's okay. He'll come around. He'll come around. See, he's already talking about we're sweeping the fence. He's getting there. Just give him a second.
You know, he's just a little, you know.
He just needs some time before he's all in. You know,
some
people need the whole off season to become all the way in. Some people just need a couple weeks, like me and Brent.
Yeah, that's it. That's
all. Shut up, Jets fan. It's all good.
Put the tequila down. All right, now. I ain't on no tequila now. I'm straight. I'm sober right now, man.
I'm a dark liquor.
Could be. I could be also tequila. I don't know. Tell me. I don't know. But look. So, but yeah, Jags, like I said, by then, I'm not sure if Trevor's there. Travis probably be there. But if it's Mac Jones throwing him the ball,
facts bomb.
That's a dub for us, for sure. So I'm going to say.
Oh, you're going dub over the Jags. Okay.
Yeah. Dub over the Jags. Dub over the Jags. So,
7.
So we have 7 wins, 7-7.
Going into week 16.
Okay, to week 16.
Okay.
In New Orleans.
Okay.
That's a dub.
That's a dub.
8-7.
All
right, we get momentum. We get momentum at the end of the season.
8-7. We're feeling it.
We're 8-7. We're 8-7.
We're going to Super Bowl.
Yeah, week 17.
We're going to Super Bowl.
That's a dub.
We're going to Super Bowl. It's okay. We're going to Super Bowl.
Week 17. That's a dub. We sweeping them Pats. We sweeping them. And that's home. We sweeping them, bro. No. Come on, man. So what? That's what? That's 8-7. What's that?
That's 8-7. That's 8-7.
8-7.
No, it's 9-7. After the Pats is 9-7.
9-7. After the Pats is 9-7.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, 9-7. We already at 9.
Yeah, we at 9. Damn.
All right.
So this honestly, if we're at 9-7 by week 17, I'm pretty confident by saying there's at least a path to be winning and making the playoffs week 18. 10 wins, with the right wins, you should be able to make the playoffs.
Yeah. So week 18, we're going in week 18, 9-7. All right. Now, week 18, this can go either way. It can go either way. You feel me? It can go either way. Week 18. The Bills could already been clinched. They could be resting people. They could just play for a half, right? Or they could be trying to play for a number 1 seed, right? With the Chiefs or the Ravens or something. So, like I said, it could go either way here. It could go either way, right? But dang, it's hard, man. We had 9-7.
Also, even crazier, theoretically, depending on how the Bills season goes, theoretically, you could be playing for the division too. If they're at 10 wins exactly at that point.
Yeah.
Let's say, this would be win 11 for them. Theoretically, this could be for the division.
Yeah.
And should we already have the first win on them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Decisions.
Man. We had 9-7. Week 18. It's gonna be a close one. We're gonna lose though. We're gonna lose.
That's tough.
We're gonna lose.
I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah. Listen. 9-7. 9-7. We're gonna lose. 9-7. We're gonna lose. But we still.
I'm gonna get back to
you. Somebody else gonna lose, and we gonna still be in. Barely.
With 9 wins.
9 wins.
Seed. We probably get smoked in the first round though.
Probably.
Honestly, you know what's crazy? I mean, I guess it depends on who we play round 1. It'd be crazy if we played the Bills round 1 too, so we play them back-to-back weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be well. Yeah, that would be crazy if Bills are our number 1 seed.
Ninja, or I do want to address this because Ninja, like I stand on my bets. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's absolutely do this. I'm trying to think of the bet I want to do here. If I can't even name a Steelers player jersey I would even like. I don't like anyone on your team. That's the only thing. Like I don't mind. Like I'll bet it. I'll get the jersey. There's no one on the Steelers that I even like kind of like. I would never buy a Rodgers jersey. I don't want no bum ass DK jersey. TJ Watt, I like him. He's old. Who's get a DK jersey? I don't know. I just don't like DK. You got to wear a Watt. No, I won't do it. I won't do it. I got to think about that one. I'll make that bet though. I'll make that bet absolutely. Let's do it. But you got actually, matter of fact, Ninja. You better not run. You better not run. If we win, you need to come on this podcast with a Jets jersey after the game. The next week, I need you on this podcast.
Yeah.
I need you on the podcast with that Justin jersey.
Oh yeah. And
beat your wrongs.
We're gonna have you right here, camera right here in the middle.
In the center.
Right there, bro. Right there in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
All right, bet. That's a bet. I got to figure out whose jersey I would even get, but I'd get it. I'll get a Steelers jersey and pull up if we lose.
I'll get a Le'Veon Bell jersey. How about that?
I'll get Justin Fields jersey, just the Steelers.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell. About that.
Sell those anymore?
Yeah, they sell them $20. Le'Veon Bell jersey, bro. Go ahead, I'll wear that. There it is. $20 Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, you can get that off of eBay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said Cam Hayward for Allen. See?
Cam Hayward? I respect Cam Hayward. I would do it.
I respect Hayward too. He old, but you know.
I know, but I would respect the jersey. I really would rather an offensive lineman, but I hate your offensive line. Like I think I hate every single person on your offensive line.
Yep. So does any quarterback that plays for that team.
Or running back. You know, this is why Najee left.
Yeah. That is why Najee left. Najee got up out of there, and he's with the Chargers now.
Got up there kind of swift.
He did it. He did it very, very smooth too. It wasn't no negotiation or nothing. He just, I'm out. You know.
Yeah, I think he already knew. He already knew.
He already knew a little something. He already knew. So yeah, that's my prediction. 9-8. I got 3 on the top row, 3 wins on the top row, 2 wins on the second row, and then 4 on the bottom row. So, really, I'm saying that our best weeks are going to be late in the season. So you really can't check me throughout the season because you're gonna have to wait till the end to really kind of take me up on my takes because I'm basically saying we're gonna finish the season strong. That was my whole gist of my prediction here. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. 9-8. You said 8-9. I say 9-8. Either way. So
I still can't believe we would lose. It would just remind me too much of that 2015 season if we were 9-7 and then lost the last one to not make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Just for that to happen twice to the Bills, it would hurt too much.
Yeah. Twice.
Ninja, I already said I'd make the deal.
I refuse to wear Mason.
I'll stand on it. Oh, Mason? Absolutely not. I refuse. I refuse. That tie I will not do. I will not support that man. Absolutely.
Wearing no Mason Rudolph jersey.
Yeah,
They don't even sell Mason Rudolph jersey.
Nah, they don't. They don't.
They don't even sell Mason Rudolph jersey.
That is disgusting. That is disgusting.
You're not.
I'd get a Cam Hayward jersey.
I buy who's an old Steeler. I'll get a maybe not Bell. AB. I'll get Antonio Brown jersey. Shoot.
That actually kind of be a fire jersey. Although he is a little crazy right now, but
He's crazy, but you know.
Yeah, in his prime, I will give you that. In his prime.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah, like you know. I'll take that. Definitely ain't getting no Ben Roethlisberger jersey. That's too many letters on the back.
Ninja, you talking a lot of crap for someone that's about to be a Jets fan by the end of the year. It's a lot of crap by someone that's going to be switching sides. You're going to be right here with us.
Hey, man.
You see how he going over everybody, but you don't want to make the deal. You don't really want to make the deal. You don't really want to make the deal.
What is the deal? Me and Kyle have a deal every time the Jets play the Steelers. It's a lot, $20 dub bet every time. What's this? Okay, I'm looking at the comments now. What's the deal for you, man? What you trying to do?
He wants everybody to buy a jersey now.
Wait, man.
You know that.
I hope you're buying. I hope you're buying multiple Jets jerseys as well. Because everybody's not about to be buying 5.
You have to buy a Jets jersey for each and every.
Ain't nobody buy. Yeah, like what? What does he think this is?
You can't do that.
This is not. No, this is
you can't. You can't do that. The 3 of us buy jerseys, and then you buy one jersey. That don't make that. That's not a bet.
Come on now.
You can't double. You can't double up on a bet.
He's not slick, man. He's not slick. You know, if the Jets win, you gotta get a jersey, you gotta get a hat, you gotta get some pajama pants, Jet pajama pants, and you gotta get a.
I need a background. Like I need some sort of wallpaper.
Yeah.
Shows your spirit. I need to feel it.
I need a jet fat head on your wall, bro.
Yep.
That's what I need.
Yep.
That is the equivalent of 3 people buying Steelers jerseys. Is you getting a jersey, a Jets hat, and Jets fat head on the wall, man.
So it's make him wear your old Jet shoes.
But yeah, nah. When I was little, I had some Jet shoes, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Those was fire though. I don't care. Those was fire.
Don't run after the game. Make sure you on here the week right after.
Yeah.
What day is that? I know it's a Sunday, but what's the date?
Is it the 7th? Because the 6th is my birthday.
Oh wow!
September 6th is my birthday. You know? Yeah, pajamas. Yeah, pajamas is wild. Yeah, he gonna be sleeping in them Jet pajamas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He gonna wake you up. Yeah, he gonna get some Jet pajamas.
Yes, I think it would be the 10th. Would be the show.
I show up. I'm gonna show up.
We gonna be here.
I'm gonna be here, bro. I'm here all the time.
And I'll stand on it. I stand on my bets now. I
might be a little lit that weekend.
Lose jersey if we lose, but we ain't losing, so I ain't even worry about it.
Yeah, and like the fact that this is a season opener, you're lucky because if it was like later on in the season, we probably could plan to see that game. But a season opener game at MetLife is, I'm like my brain is getting crossed right now thinking about how much that ticket's gonna cost. So you're lucky.
Yeah, I'd be at the game. Matter of fact, I'm not even in New York anymore. I fly back.
Yeah,
but all that's costing. I ain't got them. I ain't rich now. I ain't rich. It's all good.
And Pearl, yes sir. Pearl is a Kyle's dog. Pearl and the Jet sir, he would hate that. He would hate that.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have some respect if he came up and his dog had the Jet shirt on too.
He ain't gonna do that.
I just know
if anything,
same energy.
He gonna be playing tug. He gonna be playing tug of war with it with her. Knowing him, that he's gonna be that petty and play tug of war with it. That's what he's gonna do. But
the Steelers fan that's not in Pittsburgh. Ain't that funny?
A Steelers fan that's never been to a Steelers game in Pittsburgh. I know Kyle ain't never been to Pittsburgh for a Steelers game. Come on, man. And so you really can't get on Britt because Britt was actually a fan. You ain't never even been to Pittsburgh to see your boys play in person.
What are you talking about? No deal. I'm standing on the deal. I don't know what more do you want from me? What more do you want from me? I've been standing on it. I've been standing on it.
Britt lives there. Yeah, he's yeah, no, that's the closest he's ever been to Heinz Field. Is Madden, is all the Maddens. That's the closest he's ever been to Heinz Field. Trust me. All right? That's the closest he's ever been. Yeah.
I would say, I honestly, you know, it's crazy. I with this type of stuff, I'd put more on the line if I could, but shit, bro, that's how much I know we beating the Steelers. I guarantee it.
Yeah. See,
I wish I had that.
Let me make some guarantees now. Let me make him a guarantee. We can't be doing all that now. Can't make him guarantees. Guarantees is, I don't know.
I guarantee.
Kyle, you better get out there, man. You better get out there and I don't know. Watch. My prediction is by the third quarter, Kyle gonna be wanting to dress out for the Steelers and show them something because
Kyle gonna have that game off.
Oh yeah.
He'll be off. He gonna be sick.
Who's the wide receiver opposite DK right now?
Calvin Austin, I think.
It might as well be Drewski.
Come on, sit like this. Sit like this.
You might as well get Drewski up in there, player. Talking about some Calvin Austin. All right. Might as well get Drewski up in there, man.
Especially if y'all have Rodgers, man. You told me Rodgers with Randall Cobb, and yeah, I mean I'll give you DK, but DK ain't never played with Rodgers, so he don't know. He don't know yet.
He
don't know.
He practiced with Rodgers.
That don't count. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Come on, bro. Juicy gonna cook sauce. Come on, bro. You stretching, bro. Stretching.
He's just talking, bro.
Yeah, it's all good.
Drewski's not cooking sauce.
I'm sure Mason Rudolph gonna have 5 touchdowns. He'll have 5 touchdowns by the end of the year.
Yeah. Who? Oh,
Mason Rudolph. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
by week 18. Yeah.
By week 18.
For sure.
He'll have 5.
Give him 5. If he starts every game, I'll give him that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll give him that.
DK dunked. Yeah, okay. We'll see, bro.
DK's all right. He's all right. He's no Garrett.
Yeah, and see, it's like the facts are the facts, bro. Whenever Sauce goes against DK, Sauce has his number. You know, so I'm gonna expect the same type of production from Sauce that game. Especially in like I've been saying, you better hope y'all have Aaron Rodgers because that's the only way that. And Aaron Rodgers might know and respect Sauce enough to not even look his way. If we're being honest, he might find other ways to try to win than to throw for Sauce. Because because Rodgers know, and Sauce know too. Sauce got a front row seat to that man all last year. So
Time out. How much are they paying DK?
a lot.
He had 900 yards last year. How much are they paying him?
A lot, probably. If I had to guess.
Mason Rudolph throwing him? Why?
I think they get Rodgers. I think they get Rodgers because.
But even if they get Rodgers,
there's no way he agrees to go there, and with the quarterback kind of uncertain.
But here's the thing: even if they got Rodgers, what makes their offense any better than it was like our offense was last year?
It's
we have a worse offensive line.
Yeah. On paper, it's not. On paper, it's not.
Worse offensive line. They have a worse running back room. Yeah. I like DK is not better than Garrett. And then once they lost Pickens, they don't even have a solid wide receiver too.
It's there.
It just sounds like a waste of money if they paid for Rodgers. To be honest, just
if
think for Arch at this point.
Yeah, and we on revenge time, especially too because y'all got y'all little dub last year on some fluke stuff, but this year it's like. Now we out for blood, Very much win. All right, yeah. See, but yeah, no. I guess we can. We can wrap it up. So you had 8 and 9. I had 9 and 8 on this episode, but you asked me before this episode, and if you ask me after this episode, I'm telling you the Jets are going 4 and 13.
17 and 0.
4 and 13. That's it. That's it. If you ask me after this podcast episode what the Jets are going, I'm telling you we are going 4 and 13. That's it. Don't say what you said on the pod. What I said on this episode is what I said on this episode. That's where it stays. But outside of this, we 4 and 13. So just keep that in your minds. Man. Keep that in your minds. But yeah, no, I'm excited. 5-year 150. Yeah.
Nasty.
Yeah, good luck. 5-year 150 to a man whose hair might be purple by week 5.
That's 27.
All right.
27-year-old with purple hair.
27-year-old. He might have some gold hair by week 9.
Yuck.
Grow up. You're not Ice Spice. You're not Ice Spice, buddy. Mason Rudolph jersey is not $170.
Mason who? Are we even talking about the same Mason?
He must be. I don't know.
There must be another Mason out there.
I don't know. Mason, because the Mason Rudolph is probably $17, if anything.
I'm honestly, you know why it's probably 170? Because you probably have to like custom make one because they don't have a Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, I do have to custom make it.
You probably have to custom make a Mason Rudolph jersey.
Yeah. Me 170. Yeah, that's it. But that sounds about right, Bomber. That sounds about right. But yeah, as you know, we have a as the offseason goes on, I like that we have the schedule now because we can actually kind of imagine how the season can go. I'm gonna be looking at these teams a little more closer that we start off with. I'm gonna be tracking the Chris Godwin situation because that's a big factor. I feel like week 3. James Cook contract situation. Yeah, so we're gonna see how it go. You know, But yeah, appreciate y'all locking in with us. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the vid. Hey, schedule drop day was cool. Yeah, highly anticipated. I'm glad with how our schedule turned out. I like the 5 home games in the first 7. I like that.
Is that counting the London game?
Yeah, I guess it is. So 4 in the first.
That's still more than half.
Yeah. More than half of our first third of the season is home games. I like that for a new team, new coach going into a new season. We would have been in a whole world of trouble if we was on the road most of them games.
Sheesh.
And at least we'll be in Florida with it. So
yeah, especially with a new coach, adapting. You don't have to like do 2 things at once. You're learning the system, and on top of that, you're fighting a whole stadium at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, appreciate y'all locking in with us. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe. We're gonna lock in. Make sure y'all hit us up. We have some dope graphics coming out tomorrow. We got our own little theme with the schedule drop. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah, lock in with us. Just That Podcast. Appreciate y'all locking in tonight. We're gonna see y'all next week.
Gotcha.